within the GCC, we still find that there's a pretty big bifurcation between the types of investors. So you do have a category that's extremely large and very sophisticated and has probably been investing in private markets in general for decades. But outside of those, generally within the vast majority by number for sure, and a very large amount of assets, including some fairly sophisticated family offices, their allocations even to things like private credit are still quite low. And I think, look, as far as we're concerned, we think, private credit is something for the type of profile that a lot of regional investors have, where you have fairly significant amounts of wealth, and at fairly long horizons. The ability to invest in private markets alternatives, as we mentioned, but specifically within income generating ones like private credit should be really, really large. And then you could speak to a lot of people. We would estimate that number should be 20 to 30%. So we're really, really far from where those allocations are, and much smaller when it comes to call it niche private credit strategies, which are essentially anything outside of U.S. direct lending. So whether you talk about specialty finance or EM private credit, and here you kind of get a lot of very interesting crossover, and we're starting to see a lot of interest in our strategy for this because. Again, a lot of the change that you have today, we've heard a lot about, fintech tokenizations or even AI. You'll find a common recurring theme within a lot of those that their sources of funding are ultimately come down to private credit. So it is also just a big enabler of a lot of the innovation and technology and change. And I think that's also bringing a lot of interest in people. So, I guess, let's just sum it up to say, starting off very low base, but the interest is really high. And I think it'll be probably one of the areas that you see allocations become a little bit larger before you get probably digital assets becoming a little bit more serious part of the mainstream portfolio.